At this point, it is impossible for the Manchester United team to surprise me. But you know who doesn't fail to surprise me? The Manchester United fans. It's like after every game, we get a neuralizer to our face and we forget that we are 14th. We've played 30 games this season in the Premier League and we're still 14th. We literally just played against a team that's way above us on the table and we're surprised that we lost. And the irony of the whole thing is that wasn't actually our worst performance. I know that's not saying much because we've been like that all season, but the fact is it's not our worst performance. If something looks like crap, smells like crap, it probably is crap, and that is Manchester United. Let's take a look at a bigger team here for a second. Okay, our squad, regardless of the injuries and everything that's happened, none of these players have been pulling trees. So why did you guys think for some reason this would be the game against Nott'm Forest that were going to be any different? And to be fair, this actually wasn't our worst performance. I actually think we played okay. The results just sucked, and the reason I feel like most people are reacting the way they do is because we lost. If we had won that game, it would be a whole different story because then we'll be on some sort of a streak. But at this point, it's a moot point. We are not going to finish top 4. We're not going to win the league. At this point, we're just in for the ride. We're already in preseason. We just don't know it yet. This isn't going to get us anywhere. And if you think that somehow, some way, these 11 players will wake up overnight and become Real Madrid, my brother, you are very delusional. And also this term, but we are Manchester United, we must not let our standards drop. This is not Harry Potter. You're not going to do Wingardium Leviosa and that will change. We are Manchester United, it is not a spell, and if it is a spell, it is clearly not working. We are Manchester United doesn't automatically give us Cantona or Beckham or Roy Keane or Paul Scholes. When we are Manchester United had weight, the players in the field, on the field, were a lot different. Right now we have a goalkeeper called Onana. Part of his name is Nana. That's like the chances of him catching a ball, Nana. Oh, nah. Literally, it's in his name. I have a better chance of filling a basket with water using a tablespoon than Onana has to keep the ball off the net. Now, I cannot necessarily blame him too much for the goal Langer scored. It's just when you've been so consistently bad, it's kind of hard to no one will put it on you. It's like the same thing with the team right now. If we were top 3 or top 4 and we lost like that against Nott'm Forest, we're just going to be like, we were unlucky. It was counter-attack. It is what it is. But we actually played better. And there was the goal line clearance at the end of the game as well. It's just one of those games. It just wasn't working for us. And in the grand context and scheme of the entire season, ignoring the result for a second, kind of a really ridiculous thing to say. That's the whole point. But ignoring the results for a second, that wasn't a bad performance. That wasn't the worst thing we've seen this season. It's not about standards being low. It's about being realistic. Hello. The realistic right here. We can be reactionary, we can be pained and everything, but at this point what I would urge you to do is lower your blood pressure. Don't worry yourself and stress yourself. These guys are getting 6 figures every week. You're not getting paid to suffer. Why are you choosing to suffer? At this point, suffering is a choice. We are a bad team. We're a banter team right now. It is what it is. You can either choose to see the good, where it's like, okay, it looks like we're kind of clicking, looks like we're kind of building up. And it always takes a lot more talent and a lot more work and better players to break down a team that's sitting back on a counter-attack, which is what Nott'm Forest has done the entire season. They've got points against teams that are better than we are. And we just lost to them because of a counter-attack. It's not like they played us out the park here. We actually try to create, we try to break them down. It's just individual errors and players not playing for the team or playing for the name behind their back. Honestly, Garnacho, now they're calling him garbage. I think it's a bit harsh, but my United fans are fed up. They don't care if you're a kid anymore. Anybody can get it. These verbal abuse is rated E for everyone. Everyone is getting abused right now. But when you look at Garnacho and really think about it, it's like he's the one scoring the goals and assisting. It's almost elevated his ego a bit, where he's singing Viva Garnacho, da 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 da. He thinks he's Ronaldo. He's not. He cannot lace his boots. He cannot lace CR7's 19-year-old boot. But we've hyped him up so much, we've built his confidence so much, and he's surrounded with mediocrity. It's kind of hard to listen to that. If you're playing with top players and they're telling you like, hey dude, pass that ball, you're gonna be like, I bet. But everything he's been doing so far has been giving him more goals in the system. Most of the people on that pitch, he's actually the most effective in terms of end product. You could say he lacks football IQ, he's not going anywhere, but it's also the state of Manchester United that we're relying on a kid like that. Let's look at the entirety of the game. The reason why Garnacho gets most of the pressure is because he's the one getting in those areas where he should make those decisions. That counts for something. Hard to listen to that when you're just coming off the back of a loss, but there's something to be said about that. Now, I don't know if that's coaching or what needs to happen, or maybe someone has to like slap him upside the head, but if that part of his game can be fixed at 20, I think there's a player there. He might not necessarily be the guy going forward, and he shouldn't have never been. We should have somebody starting above Garnacho, not him being the player that plays consistently. He's still not. I know he has a kid, but he's still a kid. He's a kid raising a kid. Let's not change it, and let's not try to rewrite history here. He's a kid raising a kid. He should not be the one leading the line. Well, he's not. But even the guys leading the line like Xerxes and Højlund, while they make the best decisions, and not Højlund, Xerxes. While Xerxes might be a bit decent on the ball, good first touch, and maybe not as selfish as Garnacho, the truth remains that they're not producing anything either. Garnacho, we're upset with Garnacho because he makes silly mistakes, and we know if he makes the right calls in the right positions, he's going to do better. But he doesn't make those decisions. Meanwhile, we have Xerxes and Højlund. They're just shooting blanks right now. Okay? They're impotent. Nothing. They couldn't hit the net if it was right in front of them. It could be raining goals, and somehow it would miss Xerxes and Højlund. They're supposed to be our strikers. I know Xerxes is no longer a striker. He's now a 10 or whatever we try to give him. And I don't mind Xerxes, to be honest. He's not when the team is clicking and the team is playing well, naturally everyone else will produce. So this video is just to let you guys know. Relax. Be like me. Be unbothered. Don't stress yourself. If you were a betting man, you were not betting on Manchester United winning anyway. And if you did bet on Manchester United winning anyway, you're probably not good with your money. So you probably need a financial advisor and have to kind of rethink things a bit. Man United lose you money. You lost yourself money. Anyways, it's been the Realistic Red. Right now, we only have Europa League. So let me know, guys. Do you guys think we can win it? Hey, listen. We've had this before under Ten Hag the past 2 years. Terrible Premier League season. Well, just last year, but terrible Premier League season. We win the FA Cup at the end, and everyone goes, hooray. So there's no telling what could happen, right? That's literally the only thing we have right now. We just have to put in everything, and I hope the players have the mentality and the coach has the mentality. That is one thing we kind of have to win, because the competition there isn't as steep as it is in the Premier League. Anyways, if you enjoyed this, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.